live on both YouTube and TikTok. And I know this is kind of early for y'all. This usually does happen at 7 o'clock, but under the circumstances, these are not normal circumstances. Sister has gymnastics competition. I have work. My cameraman has to get up early with my parents to go to these gymnastics events. So, with that being said, oh, and also added on to the fact that my mom is currently making dinner right now. So, added on to that to relieve all of that, there will be certain episodes of this podcast that will start at 6:30. Uh, but this is the first installment of it. And we're going to talk about double standards. I'm going to start a whole series about that, the whole double standards. Uh, I'm like Bishop Thomas and Pastor John in my church. They do series messages. Well, I'm going to do series of these double standards. The biggest double standard that I had for tonight was fathers versus mothers. Fathers versus mothers. Fathers get a lot of praise for cooking dinner, while mothers don't really get the praise that they deserve for cooking dinner. My dad doesn't cook dinner all the time. My mom cooks dinner all the time. My little sister always seems to think that just because my dad serves her a plate of what my mom cooks, that it automatically means that he was the one that cooked the meal. And I get it, fathers see, society has conditioned us to believe that a mother should be the one getting the praise instead of the father. Not necessarily, this is a double standard to which parents, fathers, and mothers get praise equally. I feel like that relationship is deep rooted. There's certain things that a father does that gets praise, and there's certain things that a mother does to get praise. I don't think that there's anything one-sided as far as that particular situation, as far as cooking dinner goes. But if you're talking about, per se, like a woman should be cleaning the house and a man should be sitting on the couch somewhere while the woman's cleaning the couch, or cleaning the house rather, then that would be a huge conversation. But this one right here is not really much of a conversation because, like I said, my little sister does that all the time. And my dad has to remind her, hey, give your mom some credit because she's the one that made this. I just gave you the plate so you could eat. I didn't have nothing to do with any of this. I'm just helping out mommy because that's what I'm supposed to do. That's my job as a man, as a father, as a husband, is to provide for his family and help out. So in that sense, there has to be a sense of double standard, and I see where it lies, because a mother does a lot that she doesn't really get the credit that she deserves for doing. Meanwhile, the father gets a lot of praise because he's the one paying the bills, he's the one providing for the family, he's the breadwinner. And it has been said in the Bible that if a man doesn't work, a man don't eat. And that's the thing. And see, here's the thing though, too. Fathers can cook too. You know what I'm saying? And I know that's the double standard that I just posed out there. Fathers versus mothers. The whole fathers get more praise for cooking dinner than moms do. Well, it's because that men were trained. Society has trained us to provide for our woman, not just financially, but physically, in any way, shape, or form. So if I gotta provide for her in cooking a meal for her, then that's what I'm going to do. And see, our mothers have taught us men, how to cook for our women. So that's why we get a lot of praise. And that's why moms don't get a lot of credit for it, because society has looked at women as, oh, they're supposed to do that. They're supposed to clean the house. They're supposed to cook dinner. And then when they have male children, they're supposed to.
You got a comment from Mom. It says, encourage your viewers to share your live and invite more friends.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, society has looked upon that and said, you know, that women are supposed to clean the house, women are supposed to do this, women are supposed to cook dinner, and then when they have male children, they're supposed to teach them how to cook and everything. Well, society is not always the right person or place or thing to go to, because society nowadays is twisted, it's convoluted. So yeah, I feel that that's a double standard, not a huge double standard that will, this is one of the double standards that I'll talk about going forward in the podcast, and moving on forward in the podcast. Like my mom has reminded me, make sure you tune in on YouTube and TikTok, and I invite anybody and all those to join on YouTube and TikTok every Friday night, with the exception of tonight at 7 o'clock. Again, we're doing this kind of early, and we're doing this kind of quick and fast as well, because, like I said, my cameraman and my family, while I'm at work, are going to go to my sister's gymnastics competition. They got to get up early, starts early in the morning. By that time, I'll just be waking up, getting myself ready for work. So this is why I'm kind of doing it fast. And plus, the cameraman and myself haven't ate dinner yet. And so to not feel like mom is being rushed to cook dinner, she's currently cooking dinner right now. And I'm doing this podcast a little bit early just for tonight. Now, again, to reiterate, there will be certain episodes of this podcast that will start at 6:30 under these certain type of circumstances. But this is just one of the rare ones that you're going to get this. I might do a 6:30 one on Black Friday, just because it's Black Friday, and it's the day after Thanksgiving. I might do that. But other than that, every last one of these episodes will start at 7 o'clock in the evening. Now, while I'm getting all these NFL picks to hurry up and scroll down on my thing, I want to briefly touch on the fact that my Lakers are 3-2. 3-2. You see Anthony Davis and Austin Reeves? They're back together, man. They dropping 3-pointers and jump shots like it was nothing. And then we finally beat the Clippers. We finally snapped that 11-game losing streak against the Clippers.
Yay!
So I'm happy about that. Yay! Happy about that. What I'm not happy about, let's talk about last night. I'm not happy about, this is not NFL, I'm not happy about what happened in that Duke game, losing by 3. I'm not. You missed 2 field goals. That's 6 points that you left out there on the field. You missed 2 field goals. You get there with a tied game with less than 2 minutes to go, and you get a pass interference. If you got beat on the pass, then you just got beat. Don't try to play the ball, play the man. Don't try to play the ball, play the man, because they're going to call that mess every single time. But defenders, they just don't get that, whether it's on the college level, the collegiate level, or the professional level. They don't get that. They're just too stupid to, I got to make the highlights. No, you don't. No, you don't. Play disciplined on defense, okay? And it was the same person who combined with both his penalties, which was a defensive pass interference and a unnecessary roughness call, allowed Duke to have 30 yards off those penalties. That's 30 free yards you just gave them. 30. And you let them take a knee and run the clock down and make us run our timeouts down to where we have no time to do anything, and they kick a chip shot field goal to win the game. Yeah. And I don't see us going to any bowls this year. Not the way we've been playing. I don't see us getting no type of bowl, no cereal bowl, no soup bowl, no salad bowl, no type of bowl. We can eat off the floor for all I care. That's what we deserve to do. That's just how it works.
They just sucking right now.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Well, I got another word. They trash.
Yeah. Lack thereof. I hope my basketball team do a whole lot better than what my football team doing. You know, college basketball season starts Monday, so I hope that they do better than what I think they, But only time will tell on that one. Only time will tell. Let's get to the NFL talk, and then we wrapping this bad boy up here. The Dolphins and the Chiefs are kicking off the first in Germany game, and the Dolphins and the Chiefs, that's going to be a good matchup. That's hard to pick, though. It really is, because you got a former Chief in Tyreek Hill that was there. I don't see this as a revenge game because he's been gone from Kansas City for about 2-3 years now. So I don't really see this as a revenge game. I just necessarily see this more as a friendly matchup and a competitive matchup. If by some chance that the Chiefs lose this game, I don't want to hear after the game that, oh, we lost because of Taylor Swift. We lost because Taylor Swift was not there. No, you lost the game because you didn't execute and play well.
You beat yourselves.
Yeah, you beat yourselves. How you let the Broncos beat you?
The Denver
Maybe
Broncos.
Because you underestimated your opponent. Maybe that's why. The Falcons and the Vikings. I'm going to Falcons on this one because Kirk Cousins is down. Josh Dobbs has been traded to the Vikings in the midst of this. And he used to play for the Cardinals, so and it's not going to be one game for Josh Dobbs like, oh, I went from the Cardinals to the Vikings. I got the system. Bang. I'm not, it's not going to happen like that. It's not going to happen overnight. Sorry. But the Falcons are going to take that one. Seahawks and the Ravens. Clean sweep with the Ravens here because I don't trust the Seahawks to do this.
Yeah.
I don't trust the Seahawks to beat Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson this year started off kind of sloppy, but then as the season went on, he found his groove. He's got it going. He's made things happen. And, a little brief pause here in the action. I understand for all the WWE fans that this is Crown Jewel. I will have a recap of that next week. You have to forgive me because I have been so busy and so occupied with other things. I knew that it was this weekend, but I didn't have it in my notes to talk about any of the matches or anything going on today because I've been so busy with work and homework with school and school in general, so I haven't had any time to prepare talking about that. But I do know some of the matchups, which John Cena's Solo Sequoia, LA Knight and Roman Reigns. There was another matchup that they signed on. I don't know. I can't remember off the top of my head, but those are just the two big ones that I know for sure that are gonna take place. Anyway, let's move on. I'll get the recap for you next week on Crown Jewel, and I plan on watching it tomorrow when I get off of work. Hopefully, I can figure out something or I can watch it while I'm at work. But yeah, I'll get that to y'all next week for y'all avid WWE fans, because I know y'all been asking me. And somebody who's gracious enough, like I said, Do not spend $500 on me for a belt. I do not need a belt like this bad. Okay, I don't need the NFL legacy belts that bad. It's just, eventually the price will drop. So
It's gonna
eventually
get
the
older.
price will drop. So but just not right now. Don't spend no $500. If you spend $500 on me, we're going on a date. Okay, I got to take you out to eat or something, and that's for the ladies. Now, if a man spend $500 on me, then I have to figure out something outside of those lines. We're going to go see a Marvel movie or something.
Go
And,
watch a movie.
we're going to go watch a movie or something. Do some manly stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, Cardinals and Browns. For the sake of my picks from last night that I made for the show, I'm going to say the Cardinals. Even though the NFL experts on here have the Browns winning, uh, Deshaun Watson is playing, and Deshaun Watson's been so up and down. I don't know what Deshaun Watson I'm going to get right now, so I can't trust the Browns to do anything for me in my favor. Now, on paper, they're supposed to beat the Browns, but hey, on any given Sunday, as we know, the Cardinals beat the Cowboys. Wasn't supposed to beat the Cowboys. Wasn't supposed to. I'm dead
They
serious.
sucking
There
this
was
year.
nothing to me about that team that said that the Cowboys were going to lose to the Cardinals, but they did. And lo and behold,
And that was good for us.
Hey, that was very good for us, considering the fact that
We go against
we won
them.
that Monday Night Football game against the Buccaneers. So we won our game. In your face. Anyway, the Rams and the Packers. I got the Packers bouncing back. I don't know what it is, man. Jordan Love, man, you gotta get yourself together, man. You can't lose to no Matthew Stafford or Pathy Pafford, like the commercial said a couple years ago. Panks Pathy Pafford, who I think he got injured last week during the Cowboys game, I think. So he might not even be playing. So yeah. Hey, I can see why y'all picked the Packers on here in NFL. I can see why you picked them. The Bucks and the Texans. I got the Bucks winning this one, even though the Texans were supposed to beat the Panthers and they didn't do it. They didn't do their job.
Anyone who loses to the
Anybody
Panthers,
who loses to the Panthers,
you
is
suck.
garbage.
You
It's
suck.
trash.
Go to the
They
landfill.
need to be burned in a pile of filth. But Baker Mayfield, I hope that you're ready for this because CJ Stroud is no pushover. He's actually a younger you and a whole lot better than you. So let's light a fire up under you. Let that be a fire lit up under you, man. Let's do that. Commanders and Patriots. I got the Patriots winning this one because the Commanders just got rid of Chase Young. They got rid of Montez Sweat. They basically got rid of their defense because those two players were the defense.
Dang.
And that's fine because I beat Chase Young once. Actually, I beat him twice this season when he was in Washington. I won't have to answer for it when I beat him again when he comes to Philadelphia with the 49ers. I won't have to answer to it. I won't have to answer for it when I beat his tail again. But the Patriots got to do their job. Bill Belichick, you got to get yourself back together, man. This ain't the Tom Brady. Mac Jones ain't Tom Brady. Tom Brady is a quarterback of a different generation, man.
Yeah.
And
he's done.
Mac Jones is not it, man.
He's retired.
He's not your Tom Brady that you're looking for.
He's not your type.
He's not.
You're nowhere
He's
near
trash.
him.
I don't even know why you stick with him. You should. You actually really Patriots. We can actually consider that in April of next year, you guys actually try to draft a quarterback. Just saying. Let's try drafting a quarterback. That's me. Saints and the Bears. The Bears and the Saints. The Saints are gonna win that one.
Yeah.
But
Bears.
Don't sleep on the Bears though.
They
Even though the record says that they suck.
can come back.
Says that they suck. But the way they've been playing even when they've been losing this year. And look, they got Montez Sweat from the Commanders.
Mm.
He might not do as much as they expect him to do, but he could make an impact. So, watch out there. Colts and the Panthers.
Colts.
The Colts are going to win that one because the Panthers just got lucky off of a team that was already struggling. So, I mean, that was to be expected, The battle of the two first round picks, last week. And then we go from the battle of the first round picks to reality. And Gardner Minshew is going to bring you guys back down to reality. Maybe Anthony Richardson. I don't know what the situation is on that injury, but I do know one of those two quarterbacks is going to bring you back down to reality.
And they better do it.
Oh, man. The Raiders and the Giants. Let me tell you something. The Giants lost Tyrod Taylor. And then the Raiders just fired their coach and their GM, not to mention the fact that they benched Jimmy Garoppolo. So it would be interesting to see who they. They say that the Giants are going to beat the Raiders.
No.
Well, for the sake of the NFC East, I pray that the Raiders beat the Giants. I don't want the Giants to get any type of wins. And they're not going to definitely not win when it comes. No, not towards the end of the season. Well, we'll pretty much have the season on lock by then.
We played them after the Seahawks, then we played the Cardinals, and then we played the Giants again.
Yeah, well, and we got the Giants on Christmas Day. Speaking of the NFC East, the showdown of all showdowns, the rivalry of all rivalries. Listen, we've been down this road before with the Miami game. That was a big game. Tua's better than Jalen. Jalen got benched in the national championship game, and then a week later,
we beat him.
We beat Tua. Oh, we only beat him because their offensive line was banged up. You only beat him because the Jalen Ramsey wasn't in there, and Xavier, they weren't in there. We still beat him.
Yeah.
Now, we're gonna beat the Cowboys. I don't say that confidently like I would have last year, but I say that because historically, with the exception of Jalen Hurts' rookie season, the Cowboys have not played well against cold weather teams. They have not played well against Philadelphia in Philadelphia. Even when they won their games, they still haven't played well. And you all want to highlight what Dak said? I want to highlight that too. Poke the bear. Pour honey all over me. I want to poke the bear. Dak, stop. You don't want this. You're only saying that based off of what you've seen Sunday. You're only talking junk NFL about us because of what you've seen Sunday. Yeah, we allowed Sam Howell to throw for over 400 yards. Did we have the right type of combination of guys out there on defense? No, we did not. But you seem to forget the fact that we have Jalen Carter. You seem to forget the fact that we have somebody coming on our offensive line back, Cam Jurgens, who was substituted in for Opeta. That's why all these interceptions and fumbles are happening, partly because our offensive line can't hold up long enough for Jalen to make a move. But we get Cam Jurgens back. Jalen Hurts is going to be cooking and firing on all cylinders. We know what the task is, and we going to handle it. Now, I got to see how we play. Still on that. Still got to see how we play. But I feel like we're going to win. But it's going to be closer than what most people expect it to be. It's going to be close. It's gonna be closer than what most people expect it to be. Bengals and the Bills. The Bengals, because I don't know what Josh Allen I'm gonna get. I don't know what Josh Allen I'm gonna get today or on Sunday rather. But yeah, I don't know what Josh Allen I'm gonna get, so I'm gonna pick the Bengals, and that's a Sunday night football game. Let's talk about Monday night football, which I don't really care for this Monday night football game. This game, when I say this game, the Chargers and the Jets.
Mm.
And see, the NFL is so no, they're not. They have the Jets winning against the Chargers. Wow, that's so dumb. Why? Because they beat us a couple weeks ago. That they can beat anybody now? No.
No.
See, we gave the Jets that game. That game, I felt
We
like
had beat
game,
ourselves before we went against them.
Like that commercial at the beginning of the season. It is scripted, you know. It is scripted. It's scripted. Okay? It is scripted. Okay. The NFL didn't want us winning against the 49ers, so we had to drop that game. So, you know. Anyway. They didn't want us to win that game. They didn't want us to win that game. Let it go to voicemail. Let it go to voicemail.
Can I press the red button?
Who is it though? I'm just pressing it.
I don't know. It just says a number.
Just press it. If it just says a random number, then go ahead.
Yeah.
Let's talk about last night. I don't even know the score to last night's game, but I saw that the Steelers were winning last. I'm assuming that they won that game. Like I said, I was more so focused on getting these double standards down and watching last night's 3-point deficit with my Demon Deacons that I didn't really pay too much attention to last night's game. But with that being said, I hope that Colorado can bounce back tomorrow and do a better job of what we did yesterday. I hope that they don't choke under pressure, you know. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this early edition, because really we were supposed to start 3 minutes ago on an ordinary basis.
Yeah.
But this ain't an ordinary basis. I apologize for that, but next week we're going to get it right back at 7. We'll be right back here at 7 next week. No ifs, ands, or buts about it, and make sure you tune in on YouTube and TikTok. I'm out of here.